place where he doesn't necessarily belong. And he comes back from that journey changed. But something else that is important to me in this is that in writing about this journey that he made, Dante becomes a witness to himself. He becomes a recorder of his own life. He tries to make meaning from his fears, his doubts, the moments when he was lost. And I've thought about that often, especially in these days of complete chaos and violence, how to make meaning of our journey, how to bear witness to what is happening, how to speak of it, how to write about it, how to find the words when it feels like there are no words for what's happening. How do we come back changed? And how do we leave a record for the future so that they understand that we were never silent in these moments of violence? To run its course through smoother water, the small bark of my wit now hoists its sail, leaving that cruel sea behind. Now I shall sing the second kingdom, there where the soul of man is cleansed, made worthy to ascend to heaven. Here from the dead, let poetry rise up. O sacred muses, since I am yours, here let Calliope arise to accompany my song with those same chords whose force so struck the miserable magpies that, hearing it, they lost all hope of pardon. Sweet color of oriental sapphire, hovering in the calm and peaceful aspect of intervening air, pure to the horizon, pleased my eyes once more as soon as I had left the morbid air that had afflicted both my chest and eyes. The fair planet that emboldens love, smiling, lit up the east, veiling the fishes in her train. I turned to the right and, fixing my attention on the other pole, I saw 4 stars that not seen but by those first on earth. The very sky seemed to rejoice in their brilliant glittering. A widowed region of the north denied that sight. Once I had drawn my gaze from them, barely turning toward the other pole where the constellation of the Wain had set. I saw beside me an old man, alone, who by his looks was so deserving of respect that no son owes his father more. His beard was long and streaked with white, as was his hair, which fell in double strands down to his chest. The rays of those 4 holy stars adorned his face with so much light, he seemed to shine with brightness of the sun. What souls are you to have fled the eternal prison, climbing against the dark and hidden stream? He asked, shaking those venerable locks. Who was your guide, or who your lantern, to lead you forth from that deep night which steeps the veil of hell in darkness? Are the laws of the abyss thus broken? Or has a new decree been made in heaven that, damned, you stand before my cliffs? My leader then reached out to me, and by his words and signs and with his hands made me show reverence with knee and brow, then answered him, I came not on my own. A lady descended from heaven, and at her request, I lent this man companionship and aid. But since it is your will that I make plain the true condition of our presence here, it cannot be that I deny your wish. This man has not yet seen his final sunset, but through his folly was so close to it, his time was almost at an end. I was sent to him, as I have said, for his deliverance. No other way but this could he be saved. I have shown him all the guilty race, and now intend to let him see those spirits which cleanse themselves within your charge. How I have led him would take long to tell. Descending from on high, a power aids me to bring him here, that he may see and hear you. May it please you to welcome his arrival, as he's in search of liberty, which is so dear, as he well knows who gives his life for it. You know this well, since death in Utica did not seem bitter, there where you left the garment that will shine on that great day. Not by us are the eternal edicts broken, for this man lives, and Minos does not bind me, but I am of the circle where your Marcha implores with her chaste eyes, O holy breast, that you still think of her as yours. For love of her, then, I beseech you, allow us passage through your 7 kingdoms. I lost my place. Allow us passage through your 7 kingdoms. I will report to her your kindness, if you deign to be mentioned there below. Marcha so pleased my eyes while I still lived, he said, that whatever favor she sought of me, I granted. Now that she dwells beyond the evil stream, she cannot move me any longer, according to the laws made at my deliverance. But if, as you say, a lady from heaven moves and directs you, there is no need of flattery. It is enough you ask it in her name. Go then. Make sure you gird him with a straight reed and bathe his face to wipe all traces of defilement from it, for it would not be fitting to appear, his eyes still dimmed by any mist, before the minister, the first from paradise. This little island at its lowest point, there, where the waves beat down on it, grows reeds in the soft and pliant mud. There, no other plant can leaf or harden to endure without succumbing to the battering waves. After you are done, do not come back this way. The sun, now rising, will disclose an easier ascent to gain the peak. With that, he vanished, and I stood up, speechless. Coming closer to my leader, I turned my eyes to him. He began, "My son, follow my steps. Let us turn around, for this plain slopes from here down to its lowest edge." Dawn was partaking the darkness of the hour, which fled before it, and I saw and knew the distant trembling of the sea. We went along the lonely plain, like someone who has lost the way and thinks he strays until he finds the road. When we came to the place where the dew can hold its own against the sun, because it is protected by a breeze, my master spread his hands gently across the grass, and I, who understood what he intended, raised my tear-stained cheeks, and he restored the color hell had obscured in me. Now we came to the empty shore, Upon those waters no man ever sailed who then experienced his return. Then he girded me as pleased another. What a wonder it was that the humble plant he chose to pick sprang up at once in the same place where he had plucked it.